Hello, and welcome to the Sharp Psych. Today, we will discuss how you would be able to identify the narcissistic traits of mental manipulation and control among mothers. Parenting is the foundation of a healthy individual. Children who are raised by positive and encouraging parents become kind and productive adults. However, when parents are unresponsive towards their children, they turn their children into adults with a pattern of unhealthy relationships. Narcissism in females is easily recognizable due to their attention and admiration-seeking behaviors. Even in a role as a mother, narcissism is seen in the form of exploitation, where their children are ignored physically and emotionally. While sometimes they inculcate sibling rivalry among their children by provoking jealousy and competition. Before we get started, make sure to check the links in the description to find out more interesting facts and recommendations about psychology. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, now we can start discussing the major manipulation and control tactics of narcissistic mothers. Self-centeredness is at the core of her personality. In her personality, there is no concept in her mind that her children have certain needs to be fulfilled. For example, a child is continuously asking for a new pair of shoes from her mother for school. The new pair of shoes is the need to attend regular school classes because the old pair is worn out. The mother may not acknowledge this request. As a result, the child may daily get punishment at school. This neglect also causes distress in the child. The ignorance is quite natural for her. She might focus on her needs more than her child's requirements. Narcissistic mothers prioritize their own needs most of the time. She prefers to buy a new pair of shoes for an upcoming family gathering rather than her child's genuine request. The center of focus for her is to satisfy her sources of attaining admiration rather than boosting her child's self-esteem. In this way, the child feels worthlessness and sadness associated with their relationship with his or her mother. You may also witness similar neglective needs in daily life. Let's closely observe and try to learn how to identify the next trait as well. Criticism is everywhere. Have you ever experienced regular encounters with someone who criticizes whatever you do and whenever you do? If not, imagine you are trying to clean your desk and there is a voice continuously pointing out sentences like this. The corners are still dirty. There is dirt left on the right side. You are not doing it right. Try cleaning it one more time. And so on. With a mother who is a narcissist, a child may listen to a limitless number of abusive phrases that drain her. Living with a parent who never appreciates your efforts usually creates a hole in the bag of your motivation to do something. With time, toxic comments become frequent. It leaves you in doubt. Children with narcissistic mothers tend to see themselves as if there is something wrong with them. Verbal abuse may range from mild to intense in this case. Sometimes you may feel okay to listen that you are lazy, but listening to this label all the time may make you lazy. Refuse to take accountability. Think about it. This is another trait that mothers with narcissist traits demonstrate. The mother may apologize when she accidentally throws away her child's favorite hat. But in narcissism, the mother may take decisions for their child, not only about what they should wear, but also who should they keep as friends or in marriage. The decisions they make may prove them wrong. Still, the child tends to adopt it, and the complete responsibility also rests in the hands of the children. Imagine you are applying to take admission in the discipline of pharmacy, and your mother asks you to choose to be a dressmaker. The more you are convinced that dressmaking has fruitful career aspects, and how useful it will be for her too, the more you focus on it regardless of your passion for pharmacy studies. Once you apply and get selected for dressmaking, you may feel boredom and lack of interest in the subjects you are studying in your chosen degree. But when you complain about it to your mother, she may sabotage you with rage by suggesting that it was your choice and that she never forced you to do so. Relatable? Let's move to the next trait, which is called possessiveness. Your relationship with all the family members can be healthy, but in the presence of a narcissistic mother, the relationship bonding is unhealthy. This personality not only complicates the communication between you and her difficult, but also tangles the understanding between you and other family members difficult. The purpose is only to keep you as her child to her service. The possessiveness drives you away from other family members, siblings, and fathers. You would end up making yourself a slave to your mother. Let's say you are engaged to a handsome man, and this makes you busy planning weekends to enjoy going to movies and swimming, etc. Particularly, your mother says something sarcastic about you being present for your husband-to-be all the time, and makes you feel guilty that you are not spending some quality time with your mother. This influences that she doesn't even communicate effectively with you whenever you sit with her, but she uses the guilt trap to hold you back and be her servant at all costs. Before we highlight a couple of further traits of narcissistic mothers, make sure to check the links in the description to find out more interesting facts and recommendations about psychology. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Nothing is wrong with her. It is very interesting to explore that nothing is her fault, ever, and she is always right. Such personalities often claim that their children are too sensitive and easily cry. In reality, they continue to poison the minds of their children with their words and actions. They very much agree that it is not her concern if you feel bad about what they do or say. The extreme step she takes to prove that you are the problem and not her. She offers threats to you about leaving you alone. Here's a relevant scenario that helps you illustrate this characteristic. Suppose you have a convocation party with your friends. Your mother claims that you should not attend this party because the grades you achieved are not high, or near to what she expected. This drags you down to the depths of misery, that there is nothing about you that can make her happy. You might feel overwhelmed with constant hurting and disrespectful conversations with her. But when you finally break down and your heart melts into tears, she again starts complaining that you can't even take a joke. This situation confuses you, and you stop getting excited about any achievement anymore. Did you witness it before? Next, children of narcissistic mothers have swinging perceptions of others. They may think in black and white. For example, for her, a child is always good or bad, and nothing in between. To balance the good image in front of the mother, people-pleasing becomes a habit. At times, you are unable to maintain a pleasant image, and may not obey whatever she demands. In that case, she plots your image in front of others. So, if you complain about her, she will recall what you did wrong and what people may think about you. Every mistake is about you, and she makes herself out of the wrongdoings. She only thinks in your favor when you serve her and do as she says. Otherwise, everything she believes is bad about you. For instance, you buy your mother new clothes last week, and she again shows you a new dress that she likes in the shopping mall after 2 weeks. She flatters you if she hopes that you buy this dress for her as well. If you refuse, you turn out to be the worst child ever she has seen in her life till now. Dealing with narcissism is itself a challenge. A combination of this personality within a parent is a lot more multifaceted. They show no regret about harming you. A few tips to help you deal with narcissistic mothers. Try to make sure you plan to maintain boundaries with her. Plan and communicate what you prefer and what you feel about her perception of you. It is better to stop relying on her for solving your problems. Visit and speak to all the family members personally about your problem with her. Schedule your routine to practice meditation and mindfulness. Seek help from experts about responding to your mother rather than reacting if she is a narcissist. The toxic parent gets an advantage from your reactive nature. Whenever you react to their abuse, they claim that you pushed them to this point. They project their intentions onto you. Be aware of their words as their motives. Detach yourself from the negative rumors they spread about you. Try to engage yourself in a variety of activities. After all, this is your life and your choices. Live it wisely. To conclude, narcissism has been viewed as an illness that may not have a physical shape, but it has claws that snatch the peace of innocent souls. Children with narcissistic mothers silently spend their lives without knowing the pain they are going through. Most of the time, it is hard to believe that the problem is the mother, as mothers portray their children very well as the cause behind their perception. With professional assistance, it is possible to heal from a mother's narcissistic manipulation, which affects millions of people. Start feeling good about yourself today, and don't sacrifice your happiness to make everybody else happy. We hope that this video has provided you with valuable information to better identify the traits of narcissistic mothers through which they manipulate to gain control over their children. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.